I was an ordinary man, not dreaming of wealth nor chasing fame. All I wanted was a warm home, an honest woman, and two children who felt love and security. I married my first wife after a brief story, yet full of respect and mutual trust. She was a stable employee from a respectable family with values that mirrored my simple world. Our first meeting was just a glance and a word, but it planted in my heart a feeling of reassurance I had never known before. In the early months, our life was simple but filled with love. I remember her long days at work, then returning home to care for the house and the children. I watched her set the table with a tired smile, watch the children play, laugh when one of them fell or played with something odd. Sometimes she would sit on the floor next to me and we'd talk about our future dreams, about the kids, about the house, about small things that gave my heart indescribable comfort. Her fingers would brush the tears off my face when I drowned in daily pressures. She taught me patience with life, even when I thought myself strong. I would watch her prepare breakfast in the morning, how she got the children ready for school, neatly arranging their clothes, checking their bags, ensuring everything was in order. Sometimes she would tell me about her workday, about her colleagues, about the pressures of her job. Yet she never forgot to share a warm smile with our children, a smile that filled the entire house with life. Sometimes she looked at me quietly, as if to say, "Everything will be all right." And indeed, she did everything to make my life easier. She was not just a wife, but a support, a friend, a sanctuary for the soul. I didn't give her her due. Sometimes I would drown in my work, forget to say thank you, forget to kiss her forehead, or whisper a small word of love. Yet she gave endlessly, with limitless patience, with a silent but profound love. Years passed, and the children grew little by little. I would wake up in the morning to find them running around laughing, their voices filling the house with life, and my first wife's voice watching over them with a tender smile, making their drinks, packing their school meals, ensuring everything was in order. She cared about every little detail meticulously. Nothing escaped her notice. I loved her truly, yet sometimes the heart plays its deceptive games. I lacked nothing, but suddenly another woman entered my life, different from anything I had known before. She was bold, alluring, making my heart beat in ways I had long forgotten. She knew how to provoke me with a glance, a word, a smile, or a gentle touch. I thought I controlled my feelings, yet each passing day I sunk deeper into this conflict between loyalty and new passion. I entered a new life with her, thinking I was starting a different life full of the passion and excitement I had been missing. The second woman was everything I had wished for, or so I thought. At first, the days were filled with laughter and surprises. Everything seemed bright. Every word, every glance from her awakened in my heart feelings I hadn't felt in years. I thought love with her could fill every void left by my first wife. But the truth quickly unfolded. Her beauty was not a support, her boldness was not patience, and her allure was not mature love. She demanded everything from me, all my time, all my attention, all my thoughts. I worked hard to satisfy her, but all my sacrifices were never enough. The house was full of appearances, yet it lacked the comfort I had known with my first wife. The laughter was abundant, but my heart was silent. The sounds were many, but my soul was alone. I would wake up at night, hearing her laughter echo, seeing the faces of the children in my dreams, recalling the smiles of my first wife, her incomparable tenderness, her patience with my mistakes, with everything. I realized that what I had built with the second woman was just a facade and that my heart was no longer entirely mine. Years passed, and with each day, the emptiness inside me grew. I could no longer ignore the truth. The heart does not forget easily, and loyalty has its own irreplaceable value. I tried to convince myself that the second woman was enough, that life had to continue, But every night I found myself drowning in memories, in the small moments that made me love the first wife sincerely, in her honest smiles, even in her silence that filled everything with serenity. Every day, I watched the second woman, how she demanded more, how she pressured me, how she tried to control every part of my life while I gave her all of my heart, and all my heart was with the first one. One day, I went for a walk on the street I was accustomed to walking with my first wife. And there she was, different, brighter, happier, holding another man's hand and smiling at him in a way I could never smile at her. I felt a mixture of relief and pain. Relief because she finally deserved happiness, and pain because my heart broke seeing her happy with another man. I sat on a nearby bench, quietly observing her, recalling every moment I had spent with her. Her smiles when I struggled, her patience with my mistakes, the tenderness I never fully appreciated, her laughter that brought life to every corner of the house. I realized a clear truth, that what I had lost could not be replaced, and everything I had built with the second woman was just a facade. I felt true loneliness for the first time in years. The second woman was with me, yet she was no longer enough, no longer compensating, not a support as the first had been. All the understanding and tenderness I had known with my first wife had no place in my new life. I sat alone in my room thinking about everything. The first wife I loved sincerely, who supported me, was patient with me, sacrificed for me, and gave me more than I deserved. And the second, who gave me excitement and beauty, yet did not give me the soul, did not give my heart the tranquility I knew with the first. I wrote down all the pain, all the regret, all the inner conflict I experienced between heart and mind, between love and desire, between what was right and what was tempting. Then I turned to the reader, to those listening to my story, and I said in a soft voice, like a whisper from the pages of my heart, "Do you think I really needed all of this? Did my heart deserve all this pain? I'm not seeking an answer, but sharing the truth, a lesson for anyone who reads or listens. And if my story has reached you, if you have felt the harshness of reality and the warmth of loyalty, I kindly ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, not just for me, but to become part of a story that teaches us all that true love and loyalty are priceless." And so my story ended. Painful, yet calm, full of lessons, full of love and loss, full of a reality that sometimes spares no one, yet it left me with the deepest understanding of true love, loyalty, and the ability to learn from our mistakes before it's too late.